Hey everyone, it's Kaylee Kloster coming to you from the Hornet Hive. I have taken a hiatus. It's been a busy spring and I wanted to come back on and give a market update because spring is over, summer is here, and the market has shifted a bit. So I just spent the last hour and a half going through data, and I wanted to share a few bullet points with you. And I am going to read some notes because there's lots of numbers here. Some of the big takeaways I took away from the data I was looking at is that people are coming to me saying, oh, it's a buyer's market, there's all these deals. And in some cases that's true, and in some cases it's not. 42.7% of the new listings went pending in the first 7 days in the month of May. So that's almost half went really quickly, indicating more of a seller's market. Overall, there's 2.3 months of inventory. By the way, these are stats through the end of May. So the buyers are active, it's out there, the market is tight, but 20 to 25% is the fallout rate for if a buyer goes under contract, and then 20 to 25% of those will fall out, usually based on inspection. But that just tells you kind of the hot and cold that they're going through. I recently had somebody describe the market as like the Katy Perry song, you're hot and you're cold and you're up and you're down. And it is kind of like that. So we want everything to be perfect if we're a buyer, and if it's not, we're out. Average shows to go under contract, 16 and a half. As little as 6 shows to go under contract in Lakewood, and up to 20 in parts of Lodo. So the specificity per neighborhood, per zip code is really strong right now. 5.5% price reduction off the original price. That's overall, but some of them in places like East Aurora, Lodo are seeing a bigger price reduction than, say, Erie and Elizabeth. That brings me to concessions. I think at the end of last year, it was right around 60% of home sales were including a concession. Right now we're at 40%, which is great. And it is sort of dependent on the price point, but in places like Bennett and Strasburg, 100% almost of the home sales have concessions, as opposed to Elizabeth, I think it's almost 0. So it's really specific, and you have to know your data and your micro market to a T to be able to list and be effective right now. So last bit of data that I thought was helpful, and I will cut this video off because it's getting long, is that mortgage costs are essentially double. So what they were in 2022 for a mid-range home, they're double that now. So it makes sense that our concession amount is high, and people are using that to buy the rate down. They're not using it for inspection items. They may get that later on through the deal, but the biggest thing right now is that $8,000 to $12,000 amount, and that's used for a rate buy down. And you can see why if things are double what they were 3 years ago. So I guess 4 years ago. But anyway, hope this was helpful, and hopefully it's not so long till I see you guys again. Hope all is well, and talk soon.